Good afternoon, YouTube family. Well, today I'm in a different surrounding. You're used to seeing Grammy Nene in the kitchen talking about cooking, and usually I'm feeding the flesh. But today I'm wanting to do a little bit more. One of the things I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to feed the soul too. I want to have some encouragement on mine, and so I'm going to talk about some things today that some of my people who are subscribed to me may not want me to talk about, but that's okay. You can enjoy my cooking videos, but some of the times I'm going to jump on here and I'm going to talk about stuff that touches my heart. The last couple weeks, the Lord has just been working with me. And He's just been smiling on me and really showing me His realness and His truth. And I just want to share my testimony, if I can, so that people will really know who I am. I am a woman who does love to cook and loves to feed her family, but most of all, I am a godly woman who loves the Lord. Am I perfect? No. I make mistakes every day. I get in the mud and I have to go back and ask my Father in heaven to clean me up. But what laid on my heart today is I read a testimony from a sweet girl. She's going to be the mother of my little niece, and her name is Candace. And it reminded me of my walk and of what I went through. I wanted to share something with you guys. When I was a young girl, my dog's coming in. She's nosy. Hi, baby. Little Lacey. When I was a young girl, I married at the age of 19. And it was a marriage that should have never taken place. I only knew him for a couple of weeks before I met him. But I wanted to have children so bad that I went ahead and I married against my mother's wishes, my grandmother's wishes, my aunt's wishes. Go on, baby. Go lay down. Anyway, I'm crying and she's trying to find out what's wrong with me. She's such a sweetheart. It's okay. But anyway, years would pass and there would be no children. But God always has a plan. He always knows what He's doing. I went through many years of painful female issues, self-hate, a lot of body images, and I've talked about this before through YouTube videos. A lot of hurt and pain that was on the inside of me that I really had to allow God to heal, and it took time. He's still working on me. But I went through a divorce. That marriage ended. There was a lot of stuff there. I won't go into it because I wish him well in life. But I thought life was over for me. I thought that there would be nothing else. That I was in my early 30s. I thought there would never be children. And God sent me Harold, my husband now. And he had two children, and one was 9 and one was 12. And they came into my life, and I had a family for the first time. But one of the things I didn't share is when I was in that other marriage. And sometimes God works in mysterious ways. But I would have dreams about other people having babies. And within weeks, a couple of weeks, they would announce at church that they were having children. And there would be babies coming for them. And sometimes I would be like, God, you're so cruel. What? But He was allowing my faith to be lifted. He was letting me take part in the gift that He had brought them because it was their time. Now, I will tell you, when I was 27 years old, I hurt my back so severely that I didn't walk for 6 weeks. I was in bed. I had to use a bedpan. I couldn't even get up to go to the restroom. And I want you to know, I went to bed, and some people may not believe this, but I'm just going to tell you, God is still giving people visions. He's still doing miracles. He's still doing all the things that He did in that Bible. And He is real. And He is true. And he is the same as he was from the beginning of time, and he will be the same when time continues on. We are the ones that change. The world is the what changes. But I will tell you, I went to bed and I woke up and I knew that I was awake, and I closed my eyes back and I was in some pretty good pain. And I kind of drifted between sleep and awake. And I dreamed that, I don't want to say it was a dream. I really feel like I had a vision. It was a true vision. And I was in this place and we were having a revival, and it was kind of like somebody's home. And the preacher said, God is fixing to do some miracles. Find you a place and get on your knees. And I found me a place and I got on my knees. And he said, God is fixing to show you some things in the spirit. And as soon as he said that, in that place, my spirit left and it went into this place that was not a room. It was not up or down or sideways. I can't describe it. It was a room, if you want to call it a room. But in that place, I did not see God. I did not see Jesus. But I felt the most perfect love that you could ever feel in your life. There's no love on this earth. Not a love for a mother to a child. Not a love for a spouse. Not anything that compares to that love that I was surrounded in. And as I looked over, I seen this little tiny little girl. And she began to walk to me. And when she got to me, she grabbed hold of my face. And she said, Mommy, I have looked for you for so long. And I said, I have you too, honey. And we were surrounded in the love of God. Both of us. And instantly, I sat straight up in the bed. Now remember, I couldn't sit up. I couldn't walk. I had not been able to go to the bathroom on my own. And I sat completely up. And I could not speak. It took me 30 minutes and I called my preacher's wife. She said, honey, Sister Jane Rose, you have had a vision from God. Now that was 27. And my marriage ended at 30, but I never forgot the vision that God gave me. So me and Harold married, and I told him I would want to have children, but I didn't think that I could. And he was almost 40. He was 41 when Megan was born, and I was 34, almost 35. But we married in May of 2006, and I had a miscarriage in September that year. And I thought, oh, that is the child that I seen, and she's gone to be with the Lord, and that's why. But that wasn't to be so. Now I have another child in heaven. I have a couple of children in heaven. I have a couple of rainbow babies. But in December of 2006, my miracle came. I was pregnant with her. And she was born in August of 2007. And I want you to know, in all of the busy life and all of the busy things, that vision had been pushed back. But there was a day when she was 2, and I was in the kitchen. She came out and she said, Mommy, I love you too, she says to me. And the vision came straight back to me. And I don't share these things a lot of times because I'm not a real serious person. I'm silly and I'm goofy, and there is a serious side to me. And I just feel that there's somebody out there that needs to know. It may not be a baby. It may be something else. But he's real. And his love is true. And it's pure. And so many are denying him now. And I don't understand it. Because you can stand in the center of the world, or your yard, anywhere, and just look around at creation and know there is a God. There is a correct creator of the world. And his word is true. And his promises are true. I have been so fulfilled in my life. It's so blessed. And she's 13 now. She has been a true blessing in our life. And me and Harold say right now, I'm just turned 48 and he's going to be 55 when he has his birthday this next birthday around. He's 54. What we would have done in our older life without her, because she has just felt it. So God knew his timing is perfect. But I just wanted to share that. He is good. He is great. He is wonderful. And I'm telling you, whatever your need is, we have not because we ask not. If you seek me, draw nigh unto me, and I will draw nigh unto you. The closer you pull him, the closer he gets to you. It is time. It's time for people to stand up. My brother said something because he was bringing the word, and it hit me. So many of us go and we say the sinner's prayer, and then we sit down and we put the crown on our head. We're in the club, so we don't think there's any more work to do. But every day people slip out. They slip out of this world into eternity. This is not eternity. We're all going to die. Everybody I'm talking to right now, you're going to die. You're going to go through an earthly death. Inside of this person is a spirit. Inside here. You could say that you're almost wearing a spacesuit, because this flesh will not go into the next life with you. It will stay here in the earth that it was created from. But the soul man on the inside that exists, there's too many testimonies of near-death experiences. Too many. I have them in my family. I have both of my grandmothers had near-death experiences. I had an aunt that had a near-death experience, and she could tell you and hear my mother praying 2 floors down in a waiting room, and she could see her children crying. Now, I'm just going to tell you, there's work to be done. When I share something on Facebook, I pay attention. People will like when I put a picture of my grandchildren, which I'm glad you do, because I like my grandchildren too. I love them, and I love my children. But if I put something about God, just a handful of people will like it. Conviction keeps us straight. It keeps us on the straight and narrow path. And when we get off of it, life's not good, because he brings us through the storms. I have storms. I have storms every day. I have happiness every day. I left him for a while, and my life was miserable. But I just wanted to share that with you guys tonight. And I don't want to shove Jesus down your throat, and that's not what I'm doing. I want to give you a testimony of hope. All of the things that we're going through now, it's in the good word. It's in the book. I've been there. I've read it. New sicknesses and diseases coming. To be stronger in the mind and weaker in the body. These children we're raising now will be the first generation that will not live as long as their parents, because we're all doing this. Knowledge will increase. These people didn't have nothing but a quill and a piece of paper to write on. They had no idea about barcodes going in the wrist and the forehead. I'm not a crazy person. I'm just a person that's eyes are open and paying attention. Do not get your news from Facebook. Do not get your news from the news. But they're too one-sided. Have a love and a compassion for your fellow man, because I love you. That's why I'm here. That's why God has stirred it in me to start this channel. It's not just about me cooking. Cooking with Grammy Nene. But encouragement is what I'm about. I don't want anybody to feel like they're less than, they're not enough. I'm here to tell you, you are. You were bought with a price. You are priceless. And I love you. And God bless you. And I hope you enjoy this testimony. I'm Grammy Nene. And the next video that's coming out, I'm going to be making some nanner pudding. Because my mama requested me to make my nanner pudding. And what mama wants, mama gets. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon and an evening. Until next time, I love you. God bless.